Hi, this is Mark Cherry, creator and executive producer of Desperate Housewives. Here with the magnificent Felicity Huffman, who plays Lynette Scavo on my show. And we're going to be doing a little Q&A using questions from actual fans who've written into abc.com. And we're going to be answering some of these questions for you now. Have you ever been jealous of another housewife storyline?
I haven't. I've been admiring, and I gotta say, if I had, I'm not sure I would admit it here.
I watch other TV shows, and I'll see the writing or see, devices, and I'm incredibly envious. I'll go, oh God, why not? Why am I not that smart? But I just steal. So, that's how I, ultimately rationalize.
I did steal some of Eva's outfits, but I couldn't get them over my legs.
I know, for your Barbie at home.
Why haven't they ID'd the doctor's body yet?
That's a good question. His ID was burned up in the fire, and no one in Fairview knows he's there, so that because the fire was so severe, they have dental records of the actual corpse, but they don't know who to connect them to. We will have some kind of connection made that this is Dr. Heller at the very end of the season. But again, I have 24 episodes to fill, so the Fairview Police Department's got to be a little slow to help me out here.
Is it true the show's run has been extended to 9 seasons? I
always said, and was very sincere in this, that the show would just run 7 because I knew I could only do it for 7 years without dropping dead of a stroke. It's like the hardest job I've ever had. And I love it, and I'm very grateful for it. And
this guy is writing a show, so it's due every 8 days. He's editing shows, he's casting shows, he's finishing shows, all in this there aren't enough hours in the day.
Our ratings have been so good, we're still, a top 10 show. And I think, I just read in the paper, we're #1 in the 18 to 49 demographic, certainly for the fall. So I had a lovely conversation with Steve McPherson, who's the head of the network, and Mark Pedowitz, who's the head of the studio. And I said, maybe we can work out something for 2 extra seasons. And so we're right now in the middle of the negotiations, and I'm hoping that they work out to everyone's satisfaction. But I know that the fans would love to see these gals keep going, and we'll age you another 20 years as the subsequent seasons go
Desperate
on.
Old Biddies is what it's going to be called.
What was it like to say goodbye to Zane Hewitt and Brenton Shane Kinsman, who played your kids for the first 4 years?
It was very sad. I think I was in denial, actually. Mrs. Kinsman came into my trailer and said, "I'm so sad," and she burst into tears, and somehow I gave her a hug and I said, "Oh, but I just didn't take it in," and it wasn't until the wrap party, which is always a very appropriate place to cry, that I started crying as I was hugging the kids goodbye, and it was so sad. I loved them, and they were just perfect for the part. I mean, I just remember for hours, all they did was just beat each other up all day. Will Mike and Susan ever get back together?
I would imagine that at some point I'll run out of ideas and go, all right, let's throw those 2 back together. It's tough because the chemistry is so fantastic, but if you just keep them together and nothing happens with the relationship, that can be boring. So I know it's frustrating to the fans who want to see them back together again, but I'm going to try to draw out this separation as long as humanly possible, and then just when everyone's mad at me, I'll probably put them back together. What do you want to see happen next with Lynette?
Oh, geez. This is where you discover exactly how stupid I really am. I don't have ideas like that. I don't think like that. I leave it to Mark and the writers. Because of my acting training, your currency is the moment, and I don't think in long things. And also, you're just a gazillion times better than me at that.
And there you go. Thank you for being on my talk show, Felicity Huffman.
No, thank you for being on my talk show, Mark Cherry.
Oh, yeah. More diva-like attitude from one of TV's brightest stars.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you so much, everyone at abc.com. See you later.
Bye.